Well, surprise, surprise last night. Welcome to the program. Hour one on this Tuesday. Dan and the Danettes, Dan Patrick Show. I was just going to do a drive-by with both of those games. I thought, all right, Dolphins favored by 2 touchdowns over the Titans. All right, let me see what Tyreek Hill does. Hold on here. Here come the Titans. And then Danny DeVito, no. Miss DeVito, no. It's Tommy DeVito. The legend continues. It grows. A month ago, the Giants had the number 2 pick in the draft. Ooh, how times have changed there. And I'm watching the game last night. I kept thinking, all right, Packers, you're going to wake up here. Going to wake up. I did mention yesterday, give me a home dog on Monday night. And I used to always take the home dog. The Giants played good, played well. Saquon fumbled, and I thought, all right, Packers, clean up the mess, get the win, get out of town. And all of a sudden, Giants, field goal range. And next thing you know, you got a legend growing there in Tommy DeVito, who talked about his team, the last 3 games that they've won.
I think in every game we played this year that we showed that we never gave up on any snap, no matter what the score was. Never looked up at the scoreboard, just kept on fighting each and every play, each and every game. And, you know, it's starting to come to fruition with some of these games in the past now. And we're just going to keep trying to go 1-0 each week.
And that's all you're asking. Now they got New Orleans. And before you would say, well, the Giants are playing for next year. Oh, this is a cute little story. Now all of a sudden, you go the length of the field, get in field goal range, you win the game. Against a Green Bay team that had been playing well and is still on the cusp of being in the playoffs. Here is the Packer head coach, Matt LaFleur.
What did Tommy DeVito show you tonight?
Oh, he's a hell of a competitor. Certainly, we were running by him left and right. Couldn't get him. We ended up with 0 sacks, I believe. And they've, I think, 69 coming into this game. Give credit to them. They obviously outcoached us, outplayed us.
All right. Outcoached us, outplayed us. And you start to look at the Packers, and they can still hang in there. And then you look at the Giants. What are the Giants, a game out of a playoff spot or the possibility here? They got 5 wins. The Dolphins, meanwhile, with Tyreek Hill not in there, you go, Man, they became a whole lot more predictable with Tyreek Hill out. And I love their running game. I love Mostert. And, Jalen Waddle is really good. That's one of those where you kind of wake up too late to realize this isn't a dream. It's a nightmare. And there's nothing we could do about it. And I'm curious about Will Levis moving forward because he looks the part. Sometimes he acts the part, maybe overacts the part. Man, can he throw a football? Whew. It is quick and it is fast. He gets it there quickly. And but he's got to stop, trying to be the tough guy. I mean, I get it. You got big arms. That's okay. There are guys who have bigger arms that are going to hit you. How about you take maybe a playoff or so? You don't have to go after the defensive lineman who just picked you off and meet him in the end zone. Probably not going to win too many of those things. I do like that he shows his teammates, hey, I'm going to fight for you, and maybe he needs to do that now. But as Peyton Manning said last night on the Manningcast, no. Nothing wrong with that. You know what? When you really hurt your team, when you're hurt, when you're on the sidelines. I like the enthusiasm, but I got to have you out there. Yes, Eaton?
I don't know if the Titans are positive that him on the sidelines isn't the best thing. I mean, they're still trying to figure out if they have a guy or not.
They better have a guy.
I don't know if they know if they do or not, though. But if it's Tua doing that, I'm like, buddy, what the hell are you doing? Get the hell out of there. Don't do that. Will Levis, though, I'm like, we could use another couple weeks of that.
No, I don't want my quarterback. I don't care who my quarterback is. I don't want him taking on contact. When Josh Allen does it, I don't want him to do it. Like I want my guy to be able to play another play. The NFL's littered with tough quarterbacks, or so-called tough quarterbacks, who then got hurt. All right, Seton, what's the poll question? Start out hour one.
Well, we can start with the quarterbacks. Which quarterback had a better night last night? Will Levis or Tommy DeVito?
Oh, man.
Feels like Tommy DeVito sort of stole the show.
Yeah, he did.
But Will Levis had a great night.
Yeah. I would say DeVito because he's on borrowed time right now. Will Levis is a high draft pick, and I think he's their future. Tommy DeVito, I don't know if he is. I don't know if it's like Jeremy Lin, like Linsanity. Like, oh, my God, did you remember that month when Tommy DeVito? What's Tommy DeVito doing now? He runs an Italian restaurant about 2 miles away from where the Giants play. Oh, that's a great story. Or maybe he is the Brock Purdy of the East Coast. I just love the name, the cutaway to his dad and his agent there. I mean, it was, yeah, that's my boy. And then you hear Tommy DeVito talking. I'm like, come on, Tommy, you got to lay it on. You got to give me a little bit more of that Tommy DeVito.
Well, I'm just happy to get the opportunity, and Coach believes in me, and
play it, Marvin. He's got to spice it up a little bit.
use guys. I didn't hear a single use guys. Use guys.
Yes.
I think in every game we played this year that we showed that we never gave up on
No,
any
what are
snap.
you doing, Tommy?
Well, I think that in every game that we played this year, we're just trying to give us a chance to win.
That's that Syracuse education, Illinois education. He got out of Jersey, and I mean, give me even a little bit of a Jersey accent.
He could be from Kansas, Idaho, anywhere. That's not good.
Come on, Tommy.
Tommy Cutlets? Tommy
Yeah,
Cutlets doesn't
Tommy
sound like that.
Cutlets.
What are we doing?
Yes. Tommy Parmesan. Like I'm going, oh no, come on, Tom. You got to play it. Everybody else is playing it up at him. You got his agent over there. Oh, man.
Straight out of Central Casting,
Yeah,
that fella.
that is true. That is true. Okay, so we're going to get this guy. He's going to play your agent in the movie. All right. What's he going to look like? Got a hat. Got a...
He's like, Booby, baby.
Hey.
You two Utes.
Yeah. You Utes out there. Yes, Tom.
Well, wouldn't even a movie producer or director say that's a little much with the hat and the black? And we can't go that far. That's almost,
It's an
offending
interesting
people.
story. I would love to know what Daniel Jones thought of that game last night. What's his reaction to all of this? His future there. I thought they were crazy to do what they did with his contract. I've said that many, many times. But, is Tommy DeVito a kind of a bridge quarterback? But now you're playing yourself out of getting a top draft pick. I mean, if I'm Tommy DeVito, I want to keep winning so they don't get somebody in there. But then you got to pay Danny Dimes. You got to pay him next year. And then DeVito doesn't cost you anything. But he appears to be, look, all you have to do is take care of the football. As a backup quarterback, this is what rule number one is. Don't, cough up the football. Don't fumble. Don't throw interceptions. Don't beat yourself. Don't beat the team. And then manage the game a little bit. Well, he did more than that. Yeah, he ran the ball well, had a couple of really good passes there. And, I was impressed with what's your demeanor like? What's your EKG? Like when you're out there, it's like, or is it just, is he flatlining out there? And I thought he's sort of, very, very calm. And I thought that said a lot about him. Whether he does this in practice, it's when you do it in a game in front of 70,000 people and sort of a standalone game on a Monday night, that was impressive. Let's see what he does in New Orleans. It's going to be loud on the road, and the expectation level goes up considerably. But I liked what I saw. Like Will Levis, I expect him to be really good. He should be really good. And he has moments where you can tell he's still a rookie. And we weren't quite sure if his throwing motion and all the things at the draft. There were some negative stories about him. But when you watch him, he's got a lot. Maybe a little too much moxie there for me, but, man, can he throw a football? I mean, there are very few guys who can throw it that fast, that effortlessly. Yes, Paulie.
Tommy DeVito and the Giants, that's how they're referred to right now. They play the Eagles twice in the next 4 games. One of them, it will be the national game on Fox at the Eagles in 2 weeks. That's going to be out of hand. And then the Giants end the season at home with a TBD, which means it also could be national TV against the Eagles at home.
Well, it depends on their record.
Yeah.
If they're, I don't know if you flex into that or flex out of that.
What if he wins one of those two against the Eagles?
That'd be great.
Wild.
It's a fun story. Yes, Marv.
Sunday Night Football, the last game of the season. Eagles at Giants.
Dun, 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 dun.
The cast of the Jersey Shore does the open.
Okay.
Oh.
Like Bryce Harper did the open for last week's game with the Cowboys and the Eagles. Jersey Shore?
Do you want the Jersey Shore people to do it?
No, I don't.
You get Michael Imperioli from The Sopranos.
Yeah, maybe you could
He'll
do
make
that.
an appearance.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, De Niro.
Ooh.
If you're going to go Sunday Night Football, Michael Jordan did the open for Tom Brady when he came back to New England.
Who would be good? James Gandolfini passed away. Maybe it's just the music of The Sopranos that they play. Yes, Todd.
You start with the music and then do what SNL does, and all of a sudden a celebrity pops on, like they did with like Julia Stiles this weekend when they just make a cameo. All of a sudden, De Niro and Joe Pesci pop up on the big screen at the end of playing the Sopranos music. Everybody freaks out.
So you get Sharon Stone, you get De Niro, and you get Joe Pesci, Casino.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Todd. Yes, Paulie.
It's going to be really fascinating if DeVito plays, let's say, above average for the last 4 games and has that fan sentiment carrying into the offseason. Because clearly they don't like Daniel Jones. He's not local in any way. He hasn't done great work. That's going to be tough for management, what direction to go next season. They could easily...
Okay, here's my big concern, that if he's good enough to play, to start, but you're paying Daniel Jones, and then he's on the sidelines the entire year, or he starts the season, and then when he fumbles for the first time or throws an interception, that crowd is going to be raucous, calling for Tommy DeVito. In some ways, it's a good situation that maybe you do have a quarterback. It's a bad situation that you already are paying a quarterback way too much. Yes, Paul.
Daniel Jones next season is going to make $35 million salary, $9 million signing bonus, another $3 million in other workout incentives. You're looking at $46 million, and there's no way out of that next year. You got to eat that for 1 year.
But do you put him on the sidelines? Like, that's... You got DeVito, who's ready, I don't know, fan favorite? I know, that's tough.
Fan favorite's always a dangerous thing.
Very. Yeah. Just ask, Carmelo Anthony with Linsanity. He was like, hey, this, it's a nice little story, It's like when you bring home your second child and your first child looks at the baby and it's like, wait, is that thing staying here? That's the feeling you had with Carmelo and Linsanity. Like, it's a nice little story here, but
get me the ball.
Yeah. I'm the go-to guy. Yes, Todd.
But not to mention fans are fickle and they'll turn on you in a second. If all of a sudden this goes horribly bad, this cute, wonderful story goes away and they're like, okay, that was fun, but now let's get serious about getting a long-term quarterback in here.
Yeah. It's good. It's fun.